Hey, hello everybody. Just thought I'd do a quick look at what I've been working on and kind of a follow up from the previous video, which was a review of the World of Tanks miniatures game expansion, which was the Panther expansion, as you see here. So you can go ahead and take a look at that video to see what the model looked like before. But here's the result after. Um, so if you saw in the previous review, there were a couple of issues with the model as it came out of the blister pack, and I had a lot of comments, whether it was on Facebook or right here on YouTube, of get in touch with Gale Force 9 and get a replacement for that. And as a matter of fact, somebody from I think from Gale Force 9 got in touch with me on Facebook and said, "Hey, send it back to us, send a link to your video, and we'll replace the product." But really, what I thought I'd do really is use some modeling skills and fix some of the things on with the model as it came out. So anyway, the biggest issue really was the barrel. So if you see on the previous video, this barrel was glued on crooked. So as you looked at the muzzle brake, it was pointing not straight upwards, but it was definitely rotated and mostly pointed upwards. So it was actually a pretty simple fix for this. So what I did was I used this tool right here, which is a Tamiya razor saw cutter. And what this product is, I'll show you right here. It's a series of fine craft saws, as you see over there. It's a photo etch saw, and it's very fine. It's actually very hard to see, but maybe if you focus. But anyway, very fine teeth on it, which gives you a really nice clean cut. There you go. You can see that over there. So what I did for this was I used a razor saw and I sawed off the barrel right here where it meets the mantlet, and then drilled a small hole into the barrel, and then the back side of the barrel, a small hole into the mantlet, and then reinforced with a metal pin, and then just glued it back in there. And you see what it looks like right now. So in terms of of all the things that I could have done, I thought that was the easiest. I could have also cut, I suppose, right there at the muzzle brake and then straighten out. But I thought maybe, by cutting over there and then backing it up, with like a metal pin inside, it would be just stronger for playing. But anyway, here's the final model. I think it came out pretty good. So in terms of painting, what I do is I use Tamiya paints to airbrush the camel pattern, as you see there. So what I use a dark yellow from Tamiya, and I mixed it, and I right there on the bottle, it's mixed. I mixed actually the dark yellow with 50% Tamiya buff to create a slightly lighter version of this color. And what happens is once you do all the washing and weathering, it darkens it up again, so it looks more like the original color. And then for the green, I use NATO green, and for the red brown, I use red brown. So those are the colors I used for painting the camouflage pattern. I use an airbrush to do that, and then just like usual, just do some detail painting. Wash wise, I use 2 washes to bring out some of the detailing here. I did an overall wash, and by overall I mean like all over the model, of soft tone, and I thinned the soft tone 50-50, just water and soft tone, and I go all over the model with that. And that does 2 things. It kind of ties up the camouflage together, the camouflage colors. And just does some of the initial shading, and then for some of the more detailed shading, I use strong tone once again, I do 50% water, 50% strong tone, and I hit up some of the darker recesses. So everywhere down here in the drive train, some of these areas right here in the back, just to have a little more shadow, as you can see there, a little more contrast between the panel lines and the camouflage. So, and then on this particular model, I tried something new that I hadn't done before. I don't know if you can see there in the camera, but it has, on the running gear, tracks, roll wheels, a little bit of a dirt look to it. So what I used to do that was the AK Interactive's Brown Earth Deposit. So this is as it says there in the bottle, a animal product. So after I did all the painting, I sealed, painting. I did the decals. I sealed the model with some matte varnish, and then really pretty simple. I put all of this, and this is basically, it's a wash with some pigment in it, and I applied it all over, inside here in the running gear, under there, a little bit here in the front, and in the rear. And what I do is, I wait about 15 minutes for the wash to dry, and then I just use a rag, an old t-shirt, and then just wipe the excess off from the tracks, from the road wheels, from the front here, and the back. And what you're left with is this, very slight dirty look, kind of this patina, of a tank that has been used in the field. So I kind of like that look. It's probably something that I'm going to start doing with all my models from now on. A really good product right there. So anyway, just thought I show you guys what the tank model looks like now. In the end of the day, even though it had some issues coming out of the blister, it's still a pretty awesome, product from Gale Force 9. And like I said before, I really like these little tanks. It gives you a nice canvas to work with, and like I said, even with some issues, with some very minor modeling skills, you can get these things looking pretty good. So looking forward to playing with this. I know if you play things like Flames of War, the German Bulge book is going to be coming up sometime in this new year now, and the Panther G is something that we should see in that German Bulge book for Flames of War. So this is my first Panther G. So it probably, once that book comes out, I'll build a Bulge German army, and this is might be my first tank that will be in that army. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed looking at this. Let me know what you think. Comments below, or right here on Facebook if this gets posted on Facebook. But there you have it, ready for play. So thanks for watching. See you guys later.